Hi there, Pisces. Welcome to your career reading for the month of August into September. So, starting off at the end of August, just because I already did your dream reading and your love reading, so your career definitely blends into all of that. Um, so, right away, I have this Chariot card. Okay, this is you racing to the finish line, trying to get everything done. You're on your chariot here, racing. Strength of will, forward movement, determined, willpower, success, control, action, travel, focus. Blocked by obstacles, lack of direction, coercion, forcefulness, powerlessness, and facing opposition. So you definitely got some of both going on here. But be assertive. Your angel oracles, they want you to be assertive, okay, with these blocked obstacles, because what you really need to do here is keep moving forward. I know it seems like a lot, and it is a lot, especially since it feels like you're the only one who's staying on track, and you're the only one who's going the course and trying to make things happen. But you're not giving up. You're definitely not giving up. I think when it comes to like financial matters, you have a little bit of this Nine of Cups energy coming in, a little bit of like somebody like, putting things on a standstill or a halt a little bit, just because, that's the way the world works, right? We all have to wait till, Friday for our paychecks, or we, have to, wait for, money to start flowing in again, right? So that being said, you staying the course, bless you, and communicating clearly what it is that you want is really going to be key here to your career path, okay? And then I have a little bit of the Knight of Cups energy here. So you're trying to be a little bit more laid back approach, a little bit more playful approach with it. But you definitely, like, under it all are very, like, seriously concerned. However, you have to remember that you're not like alone in this. You do have the support, especially from your unicorns, unicorn magic here, enlightenment. Okay, this is going to really play a key concept here. Look from the highest perspective, see the divine in everyone. The number 43. So you have to try to give everyone like a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, that even if even if you get to the finish line and you're like, I'm here, I'm waiting, where, like, where is everybody, right? You have to, like, it's kind of like you're pointing out to the universe, and your unicorn's right there with you, like, this is what I need, and you're kind of hoping that it's given or granted. Now, a little bit here with this Page of Cups, with the fish in the cup, Pisces, okay, it's, you have to trust yourself a lot, and your skills a lot, and rely on yourself a lot, because relying on other people, I feel like there is like this little bit of third party Three of Swords energy playing around in the background, kind of like it's a negative force, like it sort of like covers itself or shields itself with like the perception that it's for the best, or like it's for the greater good, but under that layer of kind of like a wolf in sheep's clothing, so under that costume, there's a wolf hiding there, and this is your opposition. These are the people who are trying to block you from your success, and you can't be a player in their game, okay? You have to just set the tone and say, this is my, life. This is what I want my career to go in. This is where I want my finances to go in to. And this is how I want to make my financial, security. And you have to, it's it's kind of like you're throwing the ball in their court and you're kind of made your offer. It's not, you have to come across as like it is kind of negotiable, but it's really not negotiable. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're gonna make it seem like there is room for um, this waiting and this, back and forth, all that stuff. Like you're gonna play that game, right? But it's really not a game. It's your life, and you can't just afford to wait around for your paycheck. You can't just afford and wait around for the deal to go through. The deal has to get done. Okay, so it's kind of annoying to you because here you are doing all your work and putting in all your effort and energy to make sure the deal goes through, and the other parties, I'm getting, third party, three parties here, are going slow. And that's because they want to try to lowball you the lowest offer. Now, that's not everyone around you. That's just a certain group that I'm getting the number 3 from. So, and swords and the heart. So if this person has betrayed you in the past, but you still need to work with them, they're not a really good team player, you know the types, okay? They're not, it's okay to work independently, but you still need to have the skills to work with others. It doesn't mean you're always going to have to use them, and it doesn't mean someone's always going to rely on you or you're going to always rely on someone else, but you have to at least know how to do that if that, challenge or situation arises. And, this third party, number 3, I'm getting here, these probably like 3 specific people, are just not playing the same, fair game as you. They're not playing fair, in other words. But Pool of Christ Light, okay, here we go. Pool of Christ Light. Your unicorn is issuing you to follow the light, okay? Open your heart, spread unconditional love. Okay, keep spreading kindness, unconditional love, even if, these other, coworkers, they're not getting it, they're not seeing the big picture. Just trust in your light, keep shining on, don't dim your light, just keep being the same person you always have been, a bright, shining beacon of light and hope and unicorn magic, and keep spreading your unconditional love, okay? I always say kill them with kindness, okay? People who are very, like, independent or, like, bullies, they hate when you're kind to them. They just hate it. They don't know what to do with it because they're not used to it. So just keep being kind, and you will eventually see things work out in your favor. Okay? Yeah, the freedom of truth. Okay? Here's the speaker teaching the younger kids, the younger generation. So you might have a job in a field of teaching the freedom of truth. Communicate honestly, be who you truly are. Exactly. So you don't have to like overshare, but you can just communicate clearly what your intentions are, what your plan is, and see what they do with that. See what they do with it. This is a time to see what they're going to do with the information that you give them. Okay? So this is more a testament to their yay. This is more a testament to see what they're going to do versus what you kind of like already know should or should not be done. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna pull some more cards. Yeah, King of Cups. Yeah, so 10 of Swords, backstabbing, failure, exhaustion, goodbye, severing ties. Astrology, Mercury and Gemini, classical element air, the answer no. Surviving disaster, relapse, inevitable end, fears coming true. Numerology, ultimate completion, final manifestation, result of true will, recognition, continuation, realization, and endings. King of Cups. Yeah. So right now you're kind of like in that Page of Cups, Knight of Cups energy because you're changing, you're transforming your life. You're getting what you need, right? Because in the past you were just constantly being like thrown under the bus or like betrayed or told you weren't good enough, or I don't know, just like different things that were kind of like not in alignment with you, who you are as a person. Yeah, King of Cups energy here, emotional mastery. That is key here. It's like they're such an emotional wreck that it like affects their work-life balance. And so it pours in like their negativity or like whatever disastrous thing is happening to them pours into their work environment and how they project themselves in the work environment. And you that's not you at all, Pisces. Okay, you're very centered and you know how to keep your like emotional stuff separate from your work stuff, because you've trained yourself emotionally to do that. Emotionally balanced, heart-centered, kind-hearted, understanding, highly intuitive, self-aware, diplomatic, artistic, psychic, and healing. Exactly, those are all the things you are. Okay, so they aren't there yet. They might never get there, but you still, have to work with them. So, emotionally immature. Yeah, overly emotional, manipulative, moody, repressed, withdrawn, focused on inner feelings, emotionally unavailable. Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like you've kind of handed them the intuitive, um, in, information that you are privy to, and their reaction to that, while at first it seemed like they were responsive in like a positive way, it turned into a manipulative thing. It turned into something that they see is a weakness in you, and so they think they can now get under your skin or something like that, but it's really not. So, like I said, be assertive, because they are going to, they are emotionally unavailable. And like their response to giving them like, bits of information to kind of like help them navigate in the right direction, they're not ready to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Okay. And they also, I don't think, care, to be honest. Not because they can't learn how to care or whatever. It's just they just don't have the skills. Okay. So King of Swords, mind over matter, do it by the book, truthful, wise, legal matters, regimented, rational, stern, precise, candid, detached, eloquent, and logic. Yeah. King of Swords, authoritarian, sarcastic, cold, controlling, unbending, lacks integrity, sharp, drunk on power, loose cannon. Yeah. So you're dealing with, some loose cannons. You're dealing with some people drunk on power. You're dealing with, people like that you kind of have to work with. It's like you can't really choose who you work with. I mean, maybe you can to a certain extent, but maybe you learned along the way that it's like, oh wow, whew, these people are not getting it. But justice is here to remind you that just stay strong, stay your course, focus on what you need to get done. Otherwise, you're going to end up in this Eight of Swords position that you don't want to be in again, or you don't want to be stuck in. I feel like you've matured and grown from this position, like you've been in this position before where, people will tell you to be quiet, or they'll tell you like no one cares what you have to say, or it's like irrelevant or whatever. It's like that's not the right response. Like that's not very polite. But that is because they're unattached. That's because they're unemotional. Like they're emotionally unavailable. They don't know how to be attached to situations because they're not highly intuitive, and their rational and logical side are just like out of whack. Okay, so go with the flow, relax and trust, accept what is happening. Okay, because what is happening here is you're going to, and the dolphins here are with your angel oracle too. The dolphins and your angel oracle are, communicate clearly, be precise of what you want. Okay, so go with the flow here. I know it's like it's a journey, right? But the dolphins are there to lead you on the right path and help you, um, you know, get to where you need to go. Okay, and then you have Mahatma energy, build your light body, accelerate your accession. Okay, and that's exactly what you're doing right now. That's exactly what's helping you and happening right now. It's like these negative people that you have to work with, they don't want you to like, it's not they don't want you to succeed, right? They're going to be like, oh yeah, we want you to succeed. We want you to succeed. But the second you start succeeding, they get mad. And then it's only when you're dealing with like some stressful situation or some kind of failure in their eyes, that's when they show their true colors. That's when they show their true self. So for you to separate yourself from their reactions is going to be so key here, because their reaction to the information you give them, it's always going to be like this it's going to be like this Four of Cups energy. It's like you're handing them the answers, you're handing them the solution, and they're still refusing to accept it because it's you who's giving that information to them. They don't want, they're the kind of person that needs to be the smartest person in the room, or they need to be the strongest person in the room, or they need to be the, you know, smartest, fastest, most successful. They need to be the center of attention, narcissist energy here. And they're not going to openly admit that. And they probably don't even really know that or are aware of that, because, a narcissist rarely knows that they're a narcissist because they're not self-aware. If they were self-aware, they wouldn't be a narcissist. So contemplation, boredom, disconnect, cold, indifference. Yeah, they have a lot to contemplate right now, because they're like, oh, wow, maybe I haven't like spent enough time getting to know someone, or understanding where they're coming from, or being friendly toward them, or getting along with them, or hearing what they have to say. Oh, maybe that's because I'm a narcissist. Their brain might be like thinking about all that, but they're definitely not going to entertain it and change because those thoughts are popping in their head. They have to be like wide awake. Like they have to have like a huge aha moment, or like hit rock bottom to understand like they're not all that they say they are or think they are. Yeah, boredom, disconnect, cold, and indifferent. They get bored with just listening to anyone else but themselves. Okay. They're very emotionally disconnected. They're not empaths. It's not like they don't lack empathy or sympathy. It's just they don't really use those skills to help them connect better to other people, especially in like a work environment. Cold indifference. Yeah, like they're very cold. They come off as across as cold. Like they're only there for the money. They're not there for friends. They're not there, to build community. And then indifferent. Yeah, like they'll act indifferent. They'll say, oh, whatever, I can care, but I don't have to care. They're stuck in the in between. Whereas you, clarity, awareness, depression, interest, and acceptance. Yeah, you have perfect clarity. You have perfect awareness. And you know what it looks like when someone is depressed, when they're not willing to take the help that's being offered, or they're not trying to even help themselves anymore. That's usually a sign that they're probably depressed. So you have the astrology, moon, and Cancer, the classical element, water, and the answer, maybe. Interest and acceptance. They have to accept the fact that they're not perfect, right? And they lack certain skills that they know that would help them build better connections, but they just aren't, right? So they have to accept that within themselves and then be willing to change, right? And very rarely do people actually change. Some people are forced to change. Other people, it takes them years and years and years. And then other people never change. And then other people never change. Mostly never change. But you get what I'm saying. Like there's transformation. People can transform their lives and come out of the darkness if they so choose. Um, so numerology, form, completeness, foundations, progress, power, stability. Yeah, like you're focused. Your foundations are very strong. You're making a lot of progress. You have a lot of power and stability. I know it's like seems rocky because you're like, cutting it close here. There's some deadlines you got me. But you know what? Give them their time. Give them their space. Eventually, they have to come around anyway. And if they don't, there's like serious dire consequences to their actions. So, they know better. So let them figure it out. Let them figure out that they know better. Okay. And then we have Cosmic Ruby. Be a peace ambassador. Practice cosmic mastery. Yeah, and that's exactly what you're doing. That's exactly what the King of Cups is. The King of Cups is an emotional master. And that's the energy that you are channeling. Okay? So wherever this is in your life, wherever this part of you is stemming from and coming from, this is the energy that you want to follow, and this is the energy that you want to stay in. You don't want to be stuck. You don't want to feel stuck. You don't want to feel like you have to go through like another transformation. Uh, I'm so sorry, but like I'm so sick of transformations. Like I feel like people are like pushing transformations so hard this month, probably because of like Mercury retrograde and like all the other stuff going on in the cosmos. But I'm like so tired of it, sick and tired and bored of it. Okay, so here's your Justice card again. You have fairness and balance, doing what's right, cause and effect, integrity, fairness, balance, legal matters, consequences, life lessons, and truth. Yeah, so as you're charting your course and as you're pushing forward, it's really hard to like look at something, look at a situation and be like, this is a fair thing. If it's not fair and you're emotionally mastered this situation, you know the truth about it, then don't be afraid to speak up about that and communicate that clearly. Guilt and blame, karmic avoidance, unfair victimization, cancel culture, being shamed and blamed, retribution and balance. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like your coworkers, like the people around you that you work with, they're kind of like going through that and going through those emotions. And you know what? You can't entertain that. You can't and tap into that, and you can't try to help that because you have to just lay your cards out on the table and be like, this is what's up, and you can get on board or you can get on board. Either way, you're getting on board. Like, but you know what? Let them take their time with that. And in the meantime, you just stay your course and focus on what you need to do. Okay? Because the universe is going to open up ways for you to see, like, there's help here, there's help here, there's help here. It doesn't always have to be, just one person or these three of swords energies. I'm getting these specific three people. Okay? Though that has something to do with them, and they have to, like, rein in their go, go, go energy that's losing focus on what the real goal is and what the real purpose is and what the real, I guess the real answer is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so 777, perseverance, change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, enlightenment. There's a need for change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the right next step is. Okay? So that's what I have for you, beautiful Pisces. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light always. And if you want to join a really cool group that's into astrology, I am part of a group that seems really great right now. So let me know. Okay, thanks. Bye.